Hello, and let's talk about similar triangles, specifically the parts of similar triangles. So we've talked about the sides being in proportion to each other with a scale factor. We've talked about parallel lines and their segments creating this similar kind of relationship. And from that also we can start talking about the parts. So a couple things you can know: perimeters are going to be similar in similar triangles. Altitudes are going to be similar in similar triangles. Angle bisectors will be similar, so QB is similar to UX. They're in proportion to each other. And medians are also similar. So let's take a look at that through a couple examples. Find the perimeter of the given triangle. Well, let's figure out what the perimeter of this triangle is first. 20 plus 22 plus 24 is equal to 66. Now, if I know the perimeters are in proportion to each other, let's figure out what that proportion is. SR matches YX. So SR is 20, YX equals 10. So they're in a scale factor of 2. So if the perimeter of my first triangle is 66, I don't know what the perimeter of my XYZ triangle is, but I know that it should equal 2. So I can use some basic algebra, multiply by x, 66 is equal to 2x. Some of you guys might have already said, well, if I just take half of the perimeter of the other triangle, I'll end up with my answer, and you were correct. X is equal to 33. Okay, let's look at another one. Mr. Farrell has taken a photo of a rabbit sculpture. Diagram below illustrates the position of the camera as relative to the sculpture. So let's go ahead and figure out how tall this bunny rabbit is. We could probably come up with a couple good ideas. It looks about man height, so that would be a good estimate to make sure whatever I'm doing is correct. Couple things I'm going to have to notice in here. I'm given meters instead of millimeters, so I need to make sure I do that conversion. All right, so 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. So I'll move this back 3 spaces. So I should have 3,720 millimeters. Now, since these triangles are similar to each other, I'm going to figure out what that proportionality is. So 3,720 divided by 50. Let's see what this is. Divided by 50, I end up with 74.4. Okay? Now, this side right here is 35. It is proportional to this side, which is, I'll label as x. So let's take a look at what that would look like. I'll put my x over 35. I know this should equal 74.4. So multiply both sides by 35. Okay, and let's see what that is. Times 35. 2,604. 2,604. So this is millimeters. I want to know in meters, so I'm going to again move it back. So it's about 2.6 meters tall. Pretty close to about 8 feet tall. All right, last set of examples. All right, angle bisector gives us some specific relationships. It's going to split. It's going to make the sides split by the angle bisector proportional in relation to the sides. So AC compared to CB has the same ratio as AD compared to DB. All right, so we can use that down here on our next examples. So 15 and 30. 30 divided by 15 is equal to 2. So now I've got 20 and x should also equal 2. 20 equals 2x. That means AD is going to be equal to 10. Okay? All right, let's find the perimeter of triangle XYZ. 20 to 40, that's times 2. You could set it up algebraically if you want, but I also know this is going to be times 2. 50. I also know that this is times 2. 20. So my perimeter is going to be, need a little bit more space. The top side is, from here to here, is 75. This side is 20. And my last side is 60. So that was going to be 155. All right, last little example here. The triangles are similar. Find x. This is, let's see, I got a midpoint here. I also have a vertex, so that makes it a median. Looks pretty close to an altitude and a perpendicular bisector. So that would happen in equilateral triangles. But it doesn't really matter. I know it's going to be one of those, and I know those parts are proportional to each other. So 36 and 18, scale factor of 2. 20 to x should also be a scale factor of 2. So in order to make that true, I know x has to be 10. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you got any questions.